Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will discuss a term used in stylistics, that is foregrounding. Foregrounding, first of all, let us discuss. Actually, in stylistics, we discuss different figures of speech, different parts of stylistics, or you can say sometimes metaphors, similes, personifications, any phonological style or phonetic style or whatever semantic styles also. So whatever we discuss according to the style of writing and the styles adopted by the author in any literary work, that is stylistics in literature. So we will discuss in this video foregrounding, that what is foregrounding, what are its types, and how to understand what foregrounding in literature is. So let's start with its meaning. It's a verb, also used as a noun in stylistics, but actually it's a verb. It means to make something important, to make something prominent, to make something more visible to the reader. More visible, that is actually dictionary meaning. uh, Now you can say that now we will focus only on the apparent words that come before us in any poetry or any book of literature. That there is a background knowledge, there is a background scene of any writing, and there is a forefront scene that the reader can read apparently the words, and the viewer or the audience, they can listen and watch in a movie. But movies, I mean, they are also part of literature nowadays. The dramas, they were written and performed on stage. Now they are filmed and they are telecasted on TV. So the apparent scenes of a picture here means that whatever the picture is drawn by the poet or the writer is opposed to the background, that what is happening in the background, that is something else, but apparently suddenly something changes or something becomes more prominent or more clearly visible for the reader. Its definition, a concept in literary studies concerning a linguistic utterance. Stand out means to make something prominent from the surrounding linguistic context. That whatever, for example, a paragraph is written, 2 or 3 lines. In those 2 or 3 lines, there is a set pattern. Just an example, there is a set pattern that we use sentences, that subjects and verbs and objects in traditional grammar. So the complex sentences and then different phrases and clauses. So there is a smooth writing. Whenever we are reading a book, there are similar structures that are used by the writer, and we smoothly read it. But suddenly some sentence is changed. Any of the sentence in paragraph is changed, whether it's in its meanings or in its structure. It is called foregrounding. For example, if a paragraph is written that my friends were going to university, they were discussing with each other to play football after the lectures, and I said, I go for the football to play. Now, I go for the football to play, it is somehow a deviated or a changed sentence. That makes this sentence strange, that makes this sentence prominent from the other typical sentences. So, this type of sentences, when out of the way or violating the rules they are used, that is called foregrounding. Now, what's the use of violating the rules in linguistics? Because it is believed by many scholars that once a language is written and it has some, it strikes the reader to think about that what the meaning would be of the sentence. If the reader is struck by a sentence to think about it, keeping forgetting all the context of the place, or any piece of literature, play, sorry, I mentioned play, any poetry. So the reader starts thinking over one sentence, that is, as I told you, that I go for the football to play in college, so the structure is changed, although the meaning is clear, but the structure, and this structure is changed not for any violation purpose, but this stylistics device is used by the writers to make their writing more acceptable for the reader, more to make their writings more prominent, because they believe that while we are reading a typical sentences paragraph and suddenly there is a change, uh, either there can be repetition, there can be change of phonological differences or semantic differences or structural differences, something that happens away from the set rules, that we have set rules of our grammar to write a sentence, for example, but sometime the writer changed those rules according to the need. So changing the rule, shifting the mind of the reader from a set pattern to a new one, that is called foregrounding. From given so You can say the types of foregrounding, or techniques of foregrounding, you can say there are two or three. There are repetition, I forgot to write here repetition. So mainly there is parallelism and deviation. So in deviation, uh, this is actually the uh, change of linguistic norm or a linguistic rule. Like we have a set pattern of grammatical rule, as I already told you, but suddenly the grammatical rule is changed for the purpose to strike the attention of the audience. That is called deviation. So in deviation, uh, as I told you the example of that I go football for play, that one paragraph, if I start reading it, like my friends were going to college, they were discussing to play football. I thought I football play to go, so the noun is replacing the verb. So in either way the sentence is changed. When the sentence is changed, it actually strikes the attention of the reader. That is called deviation. Deviation means deviation from the standard set patterns of grammatical rules. In simple words, you can say the grammatical rules, that the grammatical patterns that we are having, but suddenly the writer changes it according to his need, that the writer believes that in this way, if the rule is changed, it will have a stronger impact on the mind of the reader linguistically. So that is called deviation. Then as we talk about parallelism is actually, in simple words, you can say it is a repetition of the clauses or phrases or words. There can be repetition of noun, there can be repetition of verb, there can be repetition of phrase, there can be repetition of clause. So when there is repetition is observed, although in standard writing language, repetition of words and repetition of sentence is never appreciated. But when I mean, if a writer has written a play or a poetry and he keeps on repeating the sentence or the or a noun or any other grammatical or stylistic device over and over again, if a writer has used or repeated the sentences, I mean 10 times in a poem of 20 lines, so it will definitely lose the attention of the reader, because it is the excessive of stylistic devices also make and have a negative impact on reader's mind. So the stylistics devices like parallelism, repetition of words and sentences, they are used with great caution and great precaution by the writer, because they have to use it with having in their mind the thought of the reader, that what message actually it would convey to the reader. So that is called parallelism. Parallelism can be described as unexpected regularity, that it is regularity, but it is unexpected for the reader, that you are reading a paragraph but suddenly unexpected repetition comes before you. Although it is regular, there is no keep in your mind, regularity here means the regular sentences that we use, the standard patterns that we use, but it would be unexpected that there can be a repetition. In deviation, it can be seen as unexpected irregularity. First of all, it will be an irregularity, as we discussed earlier, that what the standard patterns of linguistic rules are. Linguistic, in simple words, you can say the grammatical rules. So, what the grammatical rules are, deviation means the writer deviates uh, from the standard patterns or the set rules of language. That is definitely irregularity, that there is a regular sentence means following all the rules of grammar, but there is sometimes the rules of grammar they are changed by the writer. That is irregularity. Again, it is unexpected. First of all, in foregrounding, whether we talk about parallelism or deviation, it should be unexpected for the reader, that the reader is reading a paragraph, he does not expect any change in rule, or he does not expect any he here means he or she, I mean the reader. So uh, the reader does not expect that there will be a change of linguistic rule, or there will be a repetition of sentences. So it will be unexpected, it must be unexpected for the reader, that the reader is not expecting it as he is reading fluently. The unexpected thing that occur in a writing, it can be regular, it can be irregular. When it is regular, it is according to the standard patterns of grammar, but it is repeated. Unexpected means when it is repeated, the reader doesn't expect the sentences to be repeated. But in deviation, irregularity, the change of grammatical rules. In simple words, I'm saying here to take it as grammatical rules instead of going into the more depth. So parallelism and deviation are the devices of foregrounding or types of foregrounding. Now, foregrounding can occur on all levels of language, as I already have discussed. It is generally used to highlight important parts of the text. Like some of the parts of the text are highlighted because it is believed that once an unexpected sentence or an unexpected rule comes before the reader's mind start thinking over it. So when they start thinking over it, the particular text is highlighted, or particular idea by the writer is highlighted. So it is also used to highlight an idea. Then there is to these linguists, those who worked on foregrounding, Miall and Cocken in 1994, sentences that were found to be judged by readers as more striking. Though they believe that the sentences that are more have foregrounding. Foregrounding means that they have different prominent features, that they make the sentences are made different from their surrounding context. So they are observed to be more having more impact on the mind of the reader, more emotional, and they also lead to slower reading times. So the reading time is also slow down in this, because the reader has to think about the sentence to understand what the writer is trying to say, and why this unexpected sentence or unexpected regularity or irregularity has come before the reader. That there is a difference between, yes, there is always a difference between an experienced reader and an inexperienced reader. So once there is an inexperienced reader, the reader may not find more foregrounding devices used by the writer, but an experienced reader can easily highlight what are the foregrounding elements used by the writer. So foregrounding in stylistics, to make a writing more attractive, to make a writing, actually this foregrounding is used for aesthetic purposes, like to add beauty to the literature. uh, can be expected regularity or unexpected regularity, but it adds beauty, it makes the text more prominent.